I'm refilming this video because when I filmed it last night, I had really bad head pain. It wasn't like a headache or like a migraine. It was just really bad head pain, and I was everywhere. It was the most sloppy video that I've ever filmed, so I'm just gonna refilm it. Also, I have a cat with me, more like a kitten right here, and two dogs. One there and one on the floor, so, sorry. So my apologies if you hear any weird noises, like every time the cat scratches, her little bell goes off, so I apologize in advance for any weird noises that come out of the dogs and the cat. So this is going to be a religious type video. It's really a story time, but if you do not like religion or if you don't believe in that stuff, I'm not really going to be talking much about the religion. But if you just don't want to watch this video, this is your time to click out before I get into the story time. So let's get into it. So I'm Catholic, and the church I go to, they have a Sunday school for kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. It's called PSR, and it's basically where you spend an hour at the school next to the church, and you just learn about the Bible, and you do Bible readings, and I went for the whole time, and when you're in 8th grade, you do this huge ceremony, and you get to change your name. Not like actually, but for the religion Catholic, you get to pick a saint name, and if you graduate PSR, then your saint name gets put in a document. So yeah. And they have servers, which are kids from, I think you had to be in 3rd grade up to start serving. And when I did it, they changed it now. I don't know what you have to do, but when I was in 4th grade, I signed up, and I think it was 2 days of classes where you would go to the church, and the deacon, he would teach you on what to do, the 3 different roles that you would do. And yes, I ended up doing all of them, but there was one job that I did the most, and I will get more into that later. But the jobs that you would do, there were 3. There was either the cross, which is basically when the bell would ring, it would be like the server's cue to go to the back. You would pick up either your candle or the cross, and if you picked the cross, then that's all you had to do. You just had to carry it up and down the aisle, and you were done. Obviously, you would have to help set up for the bread, but like that was the majority of your job. And if you picked one of I can't speak. If you picked one of the 2 candles, then you would either be holding the Bible, which was a huge book that was so heavy, but not as heavy as the cross because it was all wood, so it wasn't that bad. And then candles, which is when the priest blesses the wine and the bread, you ring the bells and you go ding 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 ding. And yes, that engraves in your head, and it gets so stuck. It's crazy. But for the day that we did, I believe I was either in 5th or 6th grade. Now, keep in mind, I served from 4th to 7th grade. So I think it was right in the middle of my time serving, and I think I was in 6th grade. I really think I was. I could be wrong, but I think I was in 6th grade. And I would always serve with these 2 girls. It was always me and Susie and Jessica. Fake names just to keep their identity safe. And Jessica she couldn't make it that day. So they had a new girl who was like just getting into the serving process thing. They let her join and help us out because you always have to have 3 people. And we're gonna name her Rebecca. And so this was like one of her first times serving, so we already like knew what to do, so we were like, it's all good, just do the candle, you could do the bells, because in all honesty the bells was the easiest thing, and she was younger than us and frail, and we were like, if she holds the cross she's gonna fall, if she holds the book she's gonna fall, because I always did the book. And I'm not saying that I'm small, but back then in 5th grade, when I was serving, I was tiny. I was smaller than I am now. I was a little thing. I was a little thing. And this book was a challenge to hold because it was like this thick. I'm not even exaggerating. It was literally about this thick. It was huge. And so Rebecca came in and we were like, okay, time to get ready. And to get ready, you would basically just go into this little room in the back, and there was this closet, and you would put a robe on over your clothes, and you would tie a rope, and then you would put like I don't know what it's called, but you would put like this thing on. What's it called? I don't know. Okay, but you would get dressed, and on the pew, which is where the priest, the deacon, the readers slash singers, and the servers would all be. So there were candles. There were 3 candles in the back. 2 were easy to get to, and I'm kind of short. Like, I'm not saying I'm like short, but I'm not super tall, so I'm like average height, but everyone I know is taller than me, so I always feel short, yeah, it was one candle like right here, the other was like up here, and then the other was like here. I had no problems getting the 2 on the side, but the one in the middle always gave me problems, and I would always have to walk back in the room and have Susie get it because she was taller than us and she was able to get it. So I like gave it to Susie. I was like, could you get the top one because I can't reach it? And so she did it, and then the bell would ring and we would go. I got my candle, Susie got the cross, and Rebecca got the other candle, and we went to the back, and Susie's grandpa, I think he was the one, I don't remember, someone would light my candle and Rebecca's candle. So we had our candles lit, and then the second bell would ring, and that would be our cue to get in position and get ready to walk down the aisle. So we got in position when the bell rang. It would be the person holding the cross, which was Susie, and then me and Rebecca, and then the deacon and the priest. And the singer would be up on the little stage, and she would be singing the song, and we would slowly walk up the aisle, and then we would we would kneel, and then we would put the candles and cross. My phone had a message. So we put our candles and crosses up, and we took a seat where we would sit, and the pew would be like here, and the person holding the cross would sit here, and the 2 people holding candles would sit here. And so we took our seats and mass began. And the priest, our thing was we would always listen for keywords. So whenever the priest said, let us pray, that was my cue to get the book and go up to the priest so he could open the book, and I would just stand there awkwardly while he read the book that was in my hand. And the whole time I would just be like, please, 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 Lord, do not let me fall with this book in my hand, because behind me were steps, and I knew if I fell I was gonna hurt my butt and fall down the stairs, and I did not want that in front of a lot of people. Thankfully that never happened, but I was always scared that it would. So he quit praying and he closed the book, and that was my cue to go back to my seat. So I did. And I want to say it was like halfway through Mass. I was really tired because this was like the night Mass where it was 6 to 7. And I don't think I had much sleep prior to that night. So I was getting really tired and I yawned. It wasn't loud. It was just like a quiet, soft yawn. And Susie noticed that I yawned. And she kind of started giggling a little bit. And then I noticed that she was giggling at my yawn. So then I started giggling a little bit. And then she yawned. And then I started like giggling. And then Rebecca noticed that we were like goofing around. And so Rebecca started to kind of smirk a little bit. And then I yawned a lot. And we were trying so hard not to laugh, and we didn't, thankfully, but we were looking really stupid. And then it was time for us to get the table ready for the bread and wine to be blessed. So there was this little table behind the big table, and that was where all of our stuff was. So we would put the wine the wine bottle on the table, and we would put the little bowl for the bread there, and then we would put what are those called? A napkin here, bowl here, napkin there, and then the wine glass there, wine bottle. Oh my gosh, I can't get these words right. And so then you would sit down and he would collect the bread and wine from the person who was bringing it down that day. And usually each Mass is for a person who has lost their life, who is a member of the church. So family members of the person who the Mass was for would get to bring the money that they would collect for a charity, the bread and the wine to the priest, and he would collect it. We would take the money. It was always me, I think. I don't remember. No, it was the person who did the cross. I remember the person who did the cross would take the money, because I only took the money like 3 times whenever I was the cross, because I was the cross like 3 times. Okay, there. So whoever was the cross would collect the money, and they would just put it under their seat, and that was it. It's gone. No, I'm kidding. And then they would bring the wine, and he would pour it into his cup, and he would put the bread in the bowl, and he would bless it. And the girl, Rebecca, she was doing the bells. She missed one of her cues, and so I kind of nudged her a little bit and was like, hey, the bell. And so she rang the bell, and it was all good. But she was kind of like laughing a little bit, like, oh, haha, I messed up, ooh. So then that only got me and Susie to start laughing again. But we weren't like laughing, we were giggling, but like we were trying to keep it on the down low. And then my yawns came back, and I was yawning again, and then Susie would yawn, and then I would yawn, and we just kept laughing because it was funny. And then Mass ended. So we took our candles, we walked down the aisle, which is like the cue for everyone at church to go. Once we pass your aisle, you're free to leave. And then we went back, we put our crossing candles up, and we went to change out. But before you change out, you have to unlight the candles. So you have to like let the candles out. So we did. And then we took the robes off, and we were getting ready to leave. And my grandpa and Susie's grandpa came to the back and got onto us for laughing, and was like, they were like, we were in the back the whole time, and we noticed you guys messing around and goofing off, and you can't do that, this is serious. And we were like, yes, we know, but it's not my fault I was yawning, like it kind of is, but I didn't do it on purpose. So yeah, we didn't get in too much trouble, but they were like, you better get out of here before the priest comes back, because if he noticed, he's not going to be happy. So we left. ASAP. We were like, we gotta go. Let's leave. So we did. We ran out of there, and yeah, we left, and we came back the next week to serve, and the priest never said anything, because before church starts, he'll come in, he'll say hi to us, and he'll have like a little small talk while he gets ready, and he never said anything, so we don't know if he noticed or not. So I think we're good. I don't know, but yeah, if you enjoyed this video, this mess of a video, let me know. I've got tons of more stories about me serving. I could do the first time I served. I could do when I quit. Yeah, that one is not my favorite story to tell, but I could make a series, and that could be like the finale, because yeah, why not? Got tons of videos of when I mess up, and so yeah, if you like this video, let me know in the comments if you want more, and I can make this a series on my channel. So yeah, I don't know. Love you all. Stay safe. Bye.